So, experience points. Gustav, what are you buying?
I want shadowing. I've done it several times now.
Sure, okay. Shadowing it is. Johannes?
Not bad.
I am still in the state of I just don't feel like there's anything that I have done or am doing that is common knowledge. I haven't thought enough about common knowledge stuff, so I don't really have anything. So
Mm-hmm.
I'll just bank points.
Okay, sure. And finally, Lambert.
Yeah, I'm banking.
Okay, bank. So who's making notes in the end?
Not me.
That's me.
And you'll be happy to know that the notes are up.
Oh man, thanks.
Yay!
Yay. Yeah, the notes, they look very fine. I can't find the Word doc, some stuff happened and the plot was advanced, so just listen to the previous session, I like that. By the way, you can also see Hieronymus Rook brother and his son Gosbert in the handout section. So yeah, I've added them just for funsies. Last time you guys were hired by the Halflings to discover some dirt, to find some dirt on people who are blackmailing them and who supposedly ordered their kidnapping. They offered to pay you very good money, if I recall correctly, 30 gold crowns per person, so that's quite a lot.
Mhm.
And so there are like two potential types. One is the aforementioned Gosbert Rook brother. He's a guild master in Bögenhafen. The other one is Heinrich Steinhagel, also a very important member of the of the town society. And yeah, you've been tailing. I mean, Lambert, really was the one tailing Rook brother to the poorer section of the town. It's I'm going to ping it. It's somewhere here. It's not as bad as as this part, of course, on the other side of the river, but it's still considered the poor quarter of this place. And Johannes and Gustav, you've overheard during your stay in the Golden Trout that Hieronymus suggested. I mean that what Hieronymus said to his son suggested that his son has some kind of illicit affair. Perhaps he has a mistress, perhaps he even has an illegitimate kid. Who knows? And so, Lambert, I think we finished when you were done speaking to a bunch of thieves, of maybe some kind of of gang members.
Yep.
In this part, and you were tailing Gosbert, whose coach is traveling very slowly through, like tight, dirty, and winding streets of this section of Bögenhafen. I think you've rolled for everything that I actually wanted you to roll for, so you really don't need to roll for anything else. You do know that there are two guards in the coach. So that's also probably important to remember. Other than that, there's only Gosbert. So let me quickly summarize what you see when you... Because I presume that you still follow him, of course, right?
Yeah.
Okay. It takes like maybe 3 to 5 minutes of you carefully, walking behind the coach.
Do I need to roll shadowing for
No.
this? Or?
No, because I think you rolled it last time, and I think you did really well. Plus, there's no one on the coach, checking if it's being followed, actually. Except for the driver, for the coachman. Everyone is inside. So after about 3 to 5 minutes, the coach stops at a nondescript house. It's about, of course you don't have a watch, but it's about 2 p.m., 2 o'clock. You see that Gosbert Rookbrother gets out, and you can see that your Mark climbs the steps to a shabby house on a street full of shabby houses. His bodyguards stand at his side, looking around for people following them, but of course they don't see anyone, especially not you. Neither seems to notice you, as I said. After a moment, a woman opens the door. They exchange a few words, she smiles, and he steps inside. One of the bodyguards join him, the other stays outside. What are you doing?
What time of day is it?
2 p.m.
2 p.m. Street's kind of busy.
No, it's not. It's a it's a filthy side street in one of the worst parts of Bögenhafen. So
Is this kind of a standalone building, or is it part of?
no, as I've said, there are many houses like that. It looks very shabby, very decrepit. Of course, it's 100% made from wood, no stone here.
I mean, is it standalone?
No,
or is
no,
there
no.
Other houses like right up on it.
Other houses are right next to it, because this place is overcrowded and overbuilt.
Got it.
Mhm.
I'm gonna swing around back, trying to judge exactly where that house is,
Mhm.
if it has a back door.
Okay, sure. You don't need to roll for anything, honestly. It just takes you a while. I mean, a short while, but still.
Yeah.
Roll me D100. 150 says that it has a back door. It has.
Okay.
Hmm.
Is this all like a one-story house?
I mean, there's the bottom floor and first floor.
Got it. All right. That second guard went in there with him. I'm going to examine the lock on the back door.
Right, you have open lock skill.
I do, and I have a set of picks.
Roll that with 20% bonus.
1 second. There it is.
Yeah, you've passed. It won't be hard to open it.
Is it okay? So it's kind of a larger lock.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Got it. I try and peer through the keyhole after I've gotten it unlocked.
Okay, you don't need to roll for perception or anything. You have a night vision after all, since you're a halfling, so even though the interior is dimly lit, you see most of the detail. It's a narrow corridor with some doors branching to the sides. Of course, it's it's very poorly lit. You don't see any real ornamentation anywhere, and supposedly there's no one present in the corridor right behind the door. You think that actually the corridor leads to the door in front of the house, where the coach stopped.
Got it. We'll try the door. If it squeaks, I'm not going to try the door.
Yeah, it squeaks. It squeaks.
Squeaks?
Yeah.
All right. In that case, I'm under pressure here. I know what
WD-40.
no. I know what I need to do, and I can do it with him in the house or without. All right. We're gonna wait a little bit, and I'm going to, since no one's really back here, I'm gonna go ahead and take my pack off and switch my clothes from this nice fine shit I'm wearing to my black work clothes.
Sure. Okay.
And wait a while.
Wait a while. Sure. Okay, that's what you do. You quickly switch clothes in probably one of the nearby alleys, so that no one will notice you get undressed. And then you wait for Gosbert to do something. Meanwhile, Gustav and Johannes, If I recall correctly, you finished your meal with Elise. It was, of course, incredibly delicious and very, very fulfilling. And then you plan to return to Cadbury's, right? Because that's the meeting point that you have established with Lambert, since you all just lived there while you were in Bögenhafen. Or
I'm pretty
yeah,
sure
something
this
like that.
trail is cold.
wait, not everyone at the same time. Sean, you were first.
Yeah, I just said, yeah, I think that's what we were doing.
Okay, Bran, you were saying?
Yeah, I think so too, because we've been here for a good 15, 20 minutes after he left, and I'm pretty sure we have no idea which direction he headed in.
Yeah. What you've also gathered last time. When you were with Elise, eating, dining and whining on, on her behalf, is that you've asked her for Steinhager, the merchant, and she seemed kinda reserved about about the question. You think that there might be some unpleasant history, perhaps, between them, given how she reacted. Just a small detail that I wasn't sure if you guys remember. So yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
You return to the Cadbury's, and really, I would like for both of you to test perception for me, and I'm going to roll as well. Perception minus 20. Sorry for that, but yeah.
Okay. Not me.
Okay.
I will use a luck, so one of us passes, hopefully. My intelligence is 63, so minus 20, I would have failed.
Okay, but I also need to roll, and if I fail, then we'll keep rolling. Just so you guys know. I failed. I mean, you don't see it because I'm using the GM roll tool. I've decided to start using this option. Unless you don't want me to, because perhaps you think that I'm going to be cheating.
Picking the dice rolls, man.
Yeah.
So you're saying
No.
You're saying I don't need to use a luck?
No. You've used it.
Okay.
And we continue. I mean, you don't have to roll if you don't want to. But something may happen, something may not happen, right? Because because I will keep rolling.
I want to roll. I want to know as much as I can on the way back.
Okay, Johannes, what about you?
No, I do not.
Okay, so you're just enjoying the view of this very prosperous and honestly rather nice looking merchant town. And Gustav, of course, you being a street kid from Marienburg, you try.
Our friend is out there on his own, so I want to be observant.
Yeah, you just observe your surroundings. So roll me, but only minus 10 this time. Okay, that's unless I roll 2 or 1, because this is the ultimate success. Remember, I've actually passed, but you did much better. Okay, so
Ronald be praised.
yeah. Funnily enough, do you have Sixth Sense, by the way?
Maybe.
No, I thought we have it written up in the corner.
Yeah.
I thought Lambert had it for sure.
I have it.
Okay, so that's a good thing that I didn't need to use any of the Sixth Sense
I
stuff
do
for
not.
numbers. Okay, you do not. However, you suddenly have this itch behind your right ear, and you keep scratching it. It gets to the point that it's so irritating that you kind of have to tilt your head, behind you to just get it with your fingers, and you suddenly see that you're almost certain that you and Johannes are being followed, and by a rather large group of men. There are 6 men who look like dock workers, barely well built, dressed in maybe, like not rags, but definitely, shabby workman's clothes. They, of course, you can even through the crowd, because remember the streets of Bögenhafen, they are almost always crowded, especially since you're in the part of the of town that let me quickly see. This is the artisan quarter, so you know there are lots of townsfolk, servants, apprentices here every day. And yeah, those 6 guys, they don't fit, and they didn't notice that you noticed them, but you are certain that they are following both of you. Only you, of course, Gustav, because you can see that, you know, Johannes is just enjoying the architecture. What are you doing?
I don't know where I'm sitting in the coach, but I want to move over so I'm like
No.
against the wall.
You are walking. I don't. Oh, you were in the coach, right? Or you
I
were?
thought you said we were in the coach.
I think that I said that you were walking back.
Yeah, okay.
That's what I think I said. Yeah, you were walking back. Elise didn't took you in her coach. Sorry. At least I don't think so. Or you know what? No, sorry, it doesn't make sense actually, because she drove you here in her coach. Yeah, she's giving you a ride home. Okay, yeah, you saw it through a window.
I want to move to the side of the coach that's closest to the driver, so I don't have to shout this. And so Alize and Johannes can see that I'm clearly alarmed by something. I want to say, driver, don't flinch, but we're being followed by several men.
Okay, Johannes, you heard that, by the way, and of course the woman heard that as well. She looks at you alarmed. And
what? Where?
Yeah,
dock workers. It looks like.
Are you certain? She asks. Why would they follow us? And this place is far from the docks. She looks at you with obvious surprise, but also, of course, alarm. Given that supposedly there's a bunch of
something is rotten in Bögenhafen.
There's a shadow here. Shadow over Bögenhafen. Yeah, I get that.
No, I didn't say shadow.
Yeah, I know. Thank you.
I said
rotten. She still looks at you with this rather, one eyebrow raised, and she's like, "Well, I mean, I don't think those men, they would try anything against one of the more richer and powerful families of Bögenhafen, but very well, we'll escort you right to the entrance of Cadbury's. Driver, be careful of your surroundings," she says, and you can the only thing that you hear from from outside the wall is the driver's gruff response, "Yes, ma'am."
I look at Johannes as I say this, but I'm saying it to Alize. I said, when we get out, we'll buy you some time to get home.
Thank you, but I think what I'm going to do is to immediately drive away and take a small detour through the town, see if those men will try and follow me. Cadbury's is a safe place. There are always a lot of people inside. I don't think that even 6 dock workers would try anything stupid in Amos's place. But still, please be careful, she says.
I nod.
Or
I'm still looking at Johannes to see what his reaction is.
Johannes?
I feel like I believe her, Gustav. I think we'll be safe inside Cadbury's.
I think it's a safe place to confront them.
Okay.
Find out who they are in front of everybody.
And also remember that today, that this evening, supposedly, Heinrich Steinhager returns to Bögenhafen, according to what one of the Green Thistle halflings told you.
Right.
Just so you know.
But we don't know where he lives yet.
No, but probably given the importance of of his family in the town of Bögenhafen, it would probably be very easy to learn that just by gossiping with people. Eventually, you arrive right in front of Cadbury's. Of course, the driver jumps down from the from his seat, opens the door. You can see that he also takes quick glances left and right, and I'm going to roll for him, just out of curiosity. And when he lets the two of you out, he says, "Yep, they are still following," and he does this very conspiratorial eye roll to his left, so that you don't even need to roll, Johannes and Gustav. You can see on the crowded street, you can see the small group of 6 dockers slowly approaching you. They actually look kinda funny because they are very large, very burly men who try to blend in. Of course, they fail miserably, and so it has the completely opposite effect of what they intend to do. But now, Johannes, you can also clearly see them. And so when the two of you are out, the driver Elise leans out from the coach, says, "Best of luck to all of you, and let me know if I'll be able to help you with anything else." And with that, she closes the door. The driver, pulls on the reins, and the coach drives away. What are you guys doing? You're currently still on the street.
I walk into the inn and I say loudly, "Hey everybody, a round of drinks on me."
Whoa! Everyone is like, "Yeah!"
Handle that differently than I thought you would.
Everyone is very happy, that you are buying them free beer, and given that the Cadbury has rather standard pricing on its drinks and food. Sorry, what?
Sorry, I'm yelling at my dog.
Sure. You're not going to be, especially broke after this.
Right.
So, of course, the largest cheer comes from comes from all the metal workers, because, as I mentioned at the start of this scenario, this place is very popular with the Guild of Metal Workers. No one knows why. So, please deduce maybe, I don't know, how much do you want to pay for that?
Let's just say 20 pennies.
20 pennies, sure, okay, yeah.
Does that sound reasonable?
20 pennies.
Okay.
You're paying this to one of Amos's boys, and they immediately start distributing the drinks. You guys are making your way to one of the tables, or just to your room.
No, we're enjoying. I say, come on, let's have a nightcap after our wonderful meal with our friends. Gustav?
I'd like to have that ale outside, if that's all right.
Oh, okay. I thought they were going to come in after us personally. And we can buy them drinks too.
So, because you've only ordered drinks for everyone inside, but not for you, Hannes, right?
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I will order. Yes. I will also an ale for myself and Gustav as well, please.
Deduce two more pennies for the drink.
Okay.
Yeah. Right. So
I got a bunch of pennies in my pocket, burning a hole in my pocket.
So you're also given two mugs of ale, and Johannes, you're going to your room, and Gustav, you're going outside.
Yeah.
I wasn't going to my room. I was just. I'll actually start gossiping. Unless, would you like some company, good sir?
Yes, please.
All right.
Okay.
So both
Where
of
I'm going, I think I need all the company I can get.
all right.
Yeah, okay.
So with that, you go outside through the main door, and almost immediately as you go outside, you are practically instantly confronted with the 6 guys following you. When you open the door and you walk on the windy street of Bögenhafen, in like 4-5 meters away from you, you can see that the dock workers are slowly approaching, the entrance to cut berries, and they are all very surprised that you've emerged. You can see them. You can see that on their white, faces. Like, of course, they're not clean shaven. Some of them have, like, many of them have scars and bruises. You can see maybe 2 or 3 broken noses that have been set poorly. They just look at all of you. They blink, like they can't fathom why you have left.
And I say, "Oh, gentlemen, you made it. Come on inside. I was just buying everybody a drink."
They look at each other. They look at you. They look at each other. One of them, you guess...
I'm staring at one of them. I just pick one of them out.
Yeah. You guess maybe the leader. You're not sure. Takes 2 steps in front of the rest and says, "Oh, hey there, fellas. Well, fancy seeing you here, eh? Look, we really want to quickly get to business, since time is precious and all that. We want you to come with us to the docks, eh? There's a certain man who needs to ask you a few questions. Come with us nicely, or, and he smacks his lips.
Well, come on inside. I like to do business at a table. Let's have a chat inside.
Right. You don't even have to. You guys don't even have to roll. You can see that they are slowly encircling you. They also
how far did we get out the door?
They also have, like, cudgels at their belts. Cudgels, they don't reach for their knives or daggers. Mostly they have knives because, they are dock workers, so a knife is much more useful tool for a dock worker than a flimsy dagger. But they all have some kind of a club or a cudgel or something like that. They don't pull them out, but they place their hands on the pommels. And those things have been used, by the way. You can see that. Nah. We don't need to go inside, says the leading dock worker. You guess that he's some kind of the leader.
We go inside and then we go to your boss.
Look.
Or we do this right here.
Look, mate. I'm going to ask you one last time nicely. Go with us to the docks. There's someone there who wants to ask you a few questions. Or this is going to get nasty, he says.
Okay, well, I chug my beer, belch loudly, and put the mug on the steps. Say, "All right, let's go."
I'm gonna take my beer with me.
All right. So they look at you. They look at each other. They look at you one more time. The guy, the front guy says, "So, wait, you're not, you won't try to run?" He's almost disappointed, by the way.
I fear no man.
He looks at you very strangely when you say that. All right. Well, I guess, sure. He snaps his fingers. The guys, they encircle you, but they don't manhandle you. It's like you have a guard of honor, so to speak, made from the dock workers. Funnily enough. Right, then come with us. That's we were just paid to bring you to the docks to speak with the fancy man. All right.
I go,
Fantastic.
but I don't start
speaking
walking.
fancy man.
Wait, not everyone. Sean, go ahead.
I just say, fantastic. I love speaking to fancy people.
All right, Brian, now you.
I don't say anything. I go, but I don't start walking until goon number 3 walks in front of me.
Sure, but
I've just been looking at him the whole time.
but just so you know, they make sure that there's at least 2, maybe 3 guys behind you, on your flanks all the time. Okay, yeah. So you are being escorted to the docks. Michael, Lambert.
Yeah.
You are waiting right next to the door at the back probably for some time. Actually, tell me, do you want to perhaps also speak to someone nearby to ask to whom the building belongs?
Yeah, sure.
All right, roll me.
Yeah, like who owns the collection of buildings, or are they individually owned?
Sure, roll me gossip test, basic.
Gotta find the skills. What do I have? Oh, I see. There we go. Boop.
Nice. Without any problems, you've asked, one of the people who live here, right, a local, to whom this building belongs, and he says, "Well, good sir, this here house belongs to the leader of the Stevedores Guild."
Gotcha.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
And
Does he live here?
he looks at you, blinking. Well, yes, this is his house.
Okay.
Right.
Like he owns all of these houses, or just this house?
No, just this house.
Okay. All right.
Right.
Well, I guess I got the right place. I thought he had more money than that.
He doesn't say anything when you make this comment. Right.
But no, you may go. I am done with you.
Thank you. And he goes away. Muttering something under his breath. You're not sure what.
Who was that he just spoke to?
A local. And then
Okay.
NPC,
Some random.
yeah, NPC number 45. Right, so you stand on the door for almost 30 minutes, but eventually you see... Actually, first you hear... You don't need to roll anything. You had a very good roll previously. And I mean the guy, when he emerges, like he's not making stealthily. You can hear him, then you can see him through the keyhole. Gosbert emerges, like he goes downstairs and he moves towards the front entrance. He moves rather fast, as if like someone who's kinda angry or agitated. You think you can even hear him like muttering something rather unpleasant under his breath, and yeah. So what are you going to do? You can see that he probably wants to reach his coach very quickly.
Ooh. All right. He's left for the front door.
Yeah, he's going there right now.
Oh, he's heading towards the front door, or he's...
No, because you are behind. Yeah, he's going to the front door, and you can still see that because, from what I understood, you were right at the back door, peeping through the keyhole.
Gotcha. As soon as that front door opens, I want to push and try and slide inside this house.
All right, sure. Remember that the lock is still closed, unless in the meantime you wanted to open it with your lockpicks when you were waiting.
Yeah, sure.
Roll me plus 30% lockpicking. This is the biggest possible bonus. Nice. Nice. Yeah, it actually took you some time, but you managed to open it, and immediately when you see Gosbert Rook Brothers back, emerging through the front door, you push the back door open, and you very quietly try to sneak inside the house. The floor is completely uncovered in anything. It's of course made from wood. It's very, creaky. The whole house smells like, it doesn't stink per se, but obviously you can
Musty.
it's musty. You can smell some maybe damp wood, here and there. Maybe you can even hear squeaking of rats from the distance. You're not sure if it's from the cellar or if they're in the walls. When you are probably like in the middle of the corridor, you hear the coach in front just driving away.
Gotcha.
What are you doing?
Listening first to see if I'm alone or if somebody else is still here.
All right. Listening. You don't have to roll because you can hear voices coming from upstairs. You think that maybe two voices, a man's and a woman's voice.
I don't want to put pressure really on the stairs yet.
This is an impressive B&E.
Do what?
I said this is an impressive B&E here.
I'm breaking an entry.
Very, very professional.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Can I get an idea of what's in the room? You said it was bare floors, but is it like a bare bones house?
No. There are rooms to your left and to your right, but the door are closed. Do you open them?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll start with the one to my right.
Right, maybe to just not waste too much time. You check all the rooms on the bottom floor. One of them is like a kitchen. One of them is an eating room. The other one is just a room reserved for all the necessary household utensils in Renaissance era. So there's like nothing spectacular.
Closet, yeah.
Nothing spectacular or special in these rooms. They are very, very, very basic.
This really would operate better with just the one person here, but I'm going to draw my pistol.
All right. Wow, that escalated quickly.
No. And as quietly as possible, take those stairs up.
This is really breaking and entering right now. All right, sure. In that case,
I wish I were there to offer suggestions, but
in that case, I would like for you to roll me sneak test, like silent move test.
Silent move?
Yes, with minus 10% because the stairs are really creaking, and I am going to roll a counter test to that. But also with minuses. I'm not going to tell you, of course, how much, because the people who are talking with each other and are, completely different room. Yeah. Okay, nice. That's two full successes. 151 plus the basic one. I'm going to roll only one row. That's you. What happened was you did very well. Even though the stairs are very loud and creaking ominously, you're taking step after step carefully and just praying to run out that they won't hear you. Well, they didn't hear you apparently, because eventually you reach the first floor, the only upper floor, which the corridor looks practically the same as the one on the bottom floor. It's also bare. Also not really, decorated in any way, and now you can hear the voices much clearer. I mean, not clearly, but much clearer. They to your left, coming from one of the rooms. What are you doing?
I'm gonna. It's from one of the rooms on the left. Is there any further rooms down this hall?
Yeah, on your left there are like 2 rooms. On your right are probably also just 2 rooms. 4 rooms
Doors are all
total.
closed.
Yes, one room to your right. Let's say it has slightly open door. The door is slightly ajar, but you don't see any
Alright.
light coming from the inside.
I'm gonna keep an eye on that room with the door slightly ajar, but I'm going to put my ear up to the keyhole and try and listen in.
But to the room from where you hear the voices?
Yeah.
Okay, sure. Right. So you make your way very quietly to the room, from to the door from behind which you can hear the voices, while constantly making sure that no one emerges from the room with slightly open door, and and you listen to the man and woman talk. You don't need to roll anything because they are not whispering; they are actually talking rather loudly. The woman is berating the man, you think, and from what you gather, this meeting here, apparently it wasn't about an illicit affair or a kid, illegitimate child or anything like that, because you listened to like for a minute or two, and it was all about business. Like, I'm not going to RP the speech between the man and woman because it will be easier for me to just convey to you what they're talking about. In this way. The gist of it is that Gosbert, probably in an effort to prove himself to his father, decided to approach this guild, the Stevedores Guild, to expand his family's operations to the river traffic. But his offer. His terms were unacceptable for the Stevedores Guild, and so the meeting went rather poorly. And Gosbert, left this place, the house of the Stevedores Guild leader, embarrassed and flushed and angry. Now I want you to roll me minus 20% intelligence. You don't need to roll. You don't need to worry about botching.
That gets it.
Yes, that gets it. And so when you listen to them speaking, to this man and his obviously to his wife, you remember what you've learned, just by listening to people on the streets or in Cadbury's, just to the usual chit chat of the town. Is that supposedly the Rook Brother family, they are very close to the Teamsters Guild and not Stevedores. And, in the Empire, generally in those times, you usually supported only a single guild. Like, you weren't multitasking, because the guilds are, of course, powerful organizations. They
So they're close with the Stevedores and not the Teamsters?
Yeah, I mean, what I'm saying is that you, Lambert, you think that Gosbert Rook Brother, the head of the family, just went to the Stevedores Guild behind the Teamsters Guild back. Which is a major no-no, by the way.
Got it.
Yeah.
All right, there's not much else I can do in here with that.
And this is, if this would come out, it would be nasty.
That's fair. I'm gonna, as quickly and quietly as I can, move back down to the door.
You don't need to roll for anything else. You've passed all the tests. So, you very quickly and quietly move back, go downstairs to the back door, by the way.
To the back door, I'm going to circle around to the front.
Sure, no problem. You go down the creaking stairs and you open the back door. Go out on the it's not even a back street, it's a back alley, and then make your way to the street in front of the Stevedores Guild leader's house.
There's no guard here still.
No. I mean, there's you only see that in the dirt there are obvious, coach and horse tracks, but there's no one else here. There are like only a few people here and there sneaking, under the buildings. Maybe someone is watching you from a window from a nearby house, just judging you silently and not saying anything. But no one else is here.
So the Rugberts, did we ever get his dad's name?
Yes, you did. I think Elise told you. His father is Hieronymus Rugbroder. The son, the leader, is named Gosbert. The Hieronymus is very old, very ancient. There are even rumors that he perhaps sold his soul for immortality. Of course, no one says that out loud because that's rather dangerous to do so.
Gotcha. I'm going to rap-a-tap-tap on that door.
All right, you rap-a-tap-tap at the door, and you wait for maybe a minute or maybe even a minute and a half. Eventually, you hear steps from behind the door, and you hear a rather gruff voice. Yeah, who is it?
Good evening, sir.
It's still afternoon.
It's early enough. My master is older and sees this as the evening hour, sir. I am here on behalf of Hieronymus Rugbert to inquire after a meeting that may have just taken place.
The fuck are you? Eh?
I just told you I am here after in service to my master Hieronymus Rugbert. Hieronymus Rugbert.
Rugbroder.
Rugbroder, whatever.
Yeah, whatever.
He doesn't pay me enough to remember his name.
It's John Smith, all right.
John Smith. Yeah.
That's funny. You should see these notes.
Hieronymus Rugbroder, to inquire after a meeting that has just taken place. I have just watched his son leave this establishment. I am of the assumption that he has talked with you.
Roll me charm,
Perhaps
minus
brokered
10%.
business. I would like to re-roll that.
That's that's not a botch. Okay, sure, reroll. Nice.
There we go.
That's not a botch.
Nice.
That's actually. There's this long silence. Then you hear a lock being, unlocked, the door being unlocked, and when the door opens, you can see this huge, powerful build, but also rather fat man standing in the door. You can see that he's all business. Tattoos cover his arms and parts of his neck. He's dressed obviously in a very utilitarian way. There's nothing fancy about him. He looks at you very suspiciously, and he's saying, "Alright, you come from on behalf of old Hieronymus? Really?"
Hieronymus, yes, Hieronymus does tend to hire out his.
You're a halfling. I heard that.
Yeah.
I heard that you lot don't have it easy in Bögenhafen lately.
Coin is coin, and I don't really look at who's giving it to me.
Huh.
I know the man's stance.
Right. You wanna talk? Come on in. I can't say no to a servant of Hieronymus Rugbroder. And with that, he takes a few steps back so that you can get inside.
I walk in.
Yeah. You see that it's only him. Although there's a woman looking from behind the corner of the wall right next to the stairs leading up, the same stairs that you traversed just a few minutes ago.
I look to the corner and say, "Madam," and tilt my head.
She just blinks. She's not very pretty. They are both middle-aged, and it's obvious that life was pretty hard on them. The woman has deep lines on her face. Her hair is mostly gray, even though she looks like maybe she's 40 years old. The man, even though he's very large, it's also obvious that he's living a rather hard life, or perhaps just his job is hard because he's stooping slightly. He he puts both hands into the pockets of his pants and just looks down at you. Right, so So
Gosbert was just in here.
Well, maybe he was, maybe he wasn't. I mean,
I just watched the man walk out of the house.
that's
If
very
you're going
good.
to lie, choose a better lie.
I'm not lying, Halfling, and you're in my house. I would suggest that you perhaps remember that.
I remember it all. It's fine. Thank you for the invitation. It's very
Yeah.
housey
Yes, in
here.
fact, Gosbert Rookbrother was just in my house a few minutes ago. True, now he's not.
The old man is suspicious of his son.
I heard that the old man thinks that his son is a fucking cretin.
I'm trying to use the most polite language as I can, sir. Would you prefer me to not?
No, I don't care what kind of language you use, actually.
Good. That old fucking asshole who hates my kind has paid me good money to come down here and ask after why his son has come down to, as he put it, turn his back on his family.
What? Perhaps the old fool thinks that his son has some kind of, I don't know, illegal affair or something like that. No. It was just business. But you know what? As much as I don't like uptight pricks like Gosbert Rookbrother, a business deal is still a holy thing in my books, you know. So,
Do you have a deal in place with Gosbert?
well, we were discussing certain things, Halfling, and that's a deal for me. I don't know, maybe you think otherwise, but
I am prepared to counter that deal with an offer from my employer upon further negotiation.
all right.
He wants something first.
Right. So I'm going to tell you about what
I'm going
Gosbert
to
was
need it.
offering me, and then you what? Pay me?
Name a price.
100 gold crowns sounds good.
100 gold crowns sounds good if I shove it in your corpse. That's way too high, sir.
He blinks. Now,
Damn.
you have quite a mouth on you, Halfling. That's that was nice, but don't do this again. Ever
Got it.
in
Got
my
it.
house and right next to my
This
wife.
is a
I'm going
house.
I'm going to chop you into little pieces and feed you to the fish in the river Bögen. This is not a high price, because if I'm going to tell you what your employer's son offered me, then it would probably throw down, it would probably change the dynamic in the entire Bögenhafen, so to speak.
And if perhaps the word that Hieronymus' son had come here to broker a deal with the stevedores had made it back to the Teamsters, you don't think those suspicious glances and street brawls would turn into something bloodier?
He blinks a few times, he looks at you. If you know what we were talking about, then why are you asking me anyway?
Because I already know what happened in this house. I was seeing if you were straightforward enough to understand that you're fucked either way. I'm asking for an affidavit signed by you, saying that his son came here. This can be swept under the rug with a son disavowed by his family, or this can be escalated into something you don't want to deal with. And if I can be excused for a minute, I reach into my back pocket
He reaches for his knife.
and I pull out my pistol and aim it.
He doesn't drop it. You can hear the woman, gasps loudly. He looks at you. I am a master of a guild in Bögenhafen. You do anything
And I'm a
to
halfling, and the town doesn't like me.
me. Yeah.
What's
And
one more dead halfling versus a master of a guild?
you're not just going to be dead. You don't know what my men will do to you. Not to mention, when it comes out that a servant of Hieronymus Rookbrother broke into a guildmaster's house and killed him with a gun, that's not just going to be a single dead halfling, my little friend.
Is it not going to be a massive embarrassment to the stevedores that their own guildmaster couldn't protect himself and
No.
his wife? in his own home.
I think honestly that it would probably turn Hieronymus' life rather badly, don't you think?
I crack a big smile, and I'm going to roll charm.
Mm-hmm. But
saying, then really is it that much to ask for a signed piece of paper that says, yes, Gosbert was here. Thank you.
he's like standing right now, right?
Yeah.
He's like standing right now maybe 2-3 meters from you because he took a few steps back when you pulled out your gun. He's still holding a knife, but of course, he's not. You can say you can tell that he's not preparing to lunge at you. You still have a. By the way, do you have a gun pointed at him, or is it just out?
I have a gun out. Yeah, it's in my hand.
All right. So he's saying, "Look, if this comes out, I don't care. You say that I'll be fucked? No, I'm not. Teamsters won't go to war with me. Teamsters will tear the Rook brothers a new one. We guilders, when in the end, we are staying together, right? It's in our best interest, especially since the families have a much bigger hold on Bögenhafen than we do. I can theoretically sign this kind of document, but I want some kind of recompense perhaps.
I'm prepared to offer 10 crowns of compensatory damages for the trouble you've received this evening on my behalf.
He says, 10 crowns, eh? Right. Does your master really knows what he's doing with that? I mean, I know that he's not a huge fan of his son and the way that he's handling family business, but this is dangerous. I haven't met old Hieronymus himself, but I always heard that he's a crafty old fella.
He's crafty. I have no idea what exactly he wants this affidavit for either. I know it has to do with replacing his son with someone smarter.
Right.
Probably somebody more easily plied.
You can see that he, very slowly shifts his knife back. He says, right, you pay me the 10, I will sign the document for you. But don't do anything stupid with it, halfling.
Oh, of course not, sir. Of course not. And I must say, I do apologize for the way this all went down. And I pull out my purse, and I, with my gun still in hand, I just pull 10 crowns out and slide that across the table.
Actually, you put it on the floor because you are in the corridor.
Okay.
Yeah.
On the floor, and I slide it across the floor, and then I take out one more crown and flick it into the pile and cross my fingers.
Right, sure. He collects the money, and he says, "All right. So, where's the document that I need to sign?"
You will have to write it up. For it to be taken, it needs to be in your writing.
He turns to his wife and, asks her to bring him some parchment and some ink. He certainly doesn't look like the type that can write, but you guess that being a guild master, he probably learned, a few new things. Eventually she does. She's still looking at you, in a very uneasy way, especially at the gun. He just puts the parchment against the wall. It's not. Sorry, he's not even writing it down with ink. He just takes a piece of charcoal and writes the document down. Gets his signature on it, presents it to you. Here, you satisfied?
I am.
Right.
What does the document state?
The document says essentially what you want it to say, Lambert. So tell me, what does it say?
That I, blah blah blah, Stevedore Guildmaster, entertained a business offer from Gosbert Rookbrother, son of Hieronymus Rookbrother, known affiliate of the Teamsters Guild, tonight, in open betrayal of his family's business dealings.
Yeah, that's... He writes it all down, sure.
Wow.
Yeah. I mean, 10 crowns. It's quite a lot.
Most successful B&E I've ever seen in a roleplay session. Usually somebody knocks something over on the way out or something. Like,
Yeah.
And I will slip.
has to kill the cat or something. Like,
Stumble upon a hidden chaos shrine in the basement.
All right.
All right, yeah. So you pocket the document.
Pocket the document. I keep my pistol out, and I walk towards the back door, never letting them, never turning my back.
Mm-hmm.
And I just open the open back door and run out.
All right, yeah. Both of them observe you very closely, but they don't make any moves. They don't even say anything after you've pocketed the document. You just run out.
I've opened the open door.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you open the door, wider, and then just run outside. When you take a quick glance behind you, you don't see them chasing you or anyone actually chasing you. I presume that you are running towards the Cadbury's.
Towards the Cadbury.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And now we'll return to Johannes and Gustav, but let's take like 2 minutes break.
Yeah, I gotta go boom boom.
Yeah, and we'll be right back.
All right. All right. Cool. Bye.
All right, I'm back.
I'm here just missing my face.
You can just call me Lumberjack because I sent a couple logs downstream. I will require you to call me Lumberjack for the rest of the day.
I'll call you Lambert Jack.
Well, I'm good at jacking it, so.
Oh man, yeah, that was pretty funny.
Was borderline one of the dumbest things I've done. But it worked. I've got something physical we can hold over Gosbert's head.
Yeah. Now the question is who is it who's got us? Is it the father or is it this guy who just came back to town? But I don't know.
Oh boy. How y'all doing?
Oh, like I said, I'm just I don't know what the deal was. I was just feeling pretty shitty yesterday, and I'm still kind of like ugh. But other than that, okay.
It's all right.
Eating some fish and rice.
Gotcha.
Yeah, we just had cold weather. No fucking snow or rain or anything.
Well, I was thankful for it.
Yeah. Well, it looks like Duncan had fun. That's the magic of snow for little kids is always fun.
Oh yeah, he had a big old time. I don't know if it's a thing with just kids in general, but he didn't like he was getting cold, but did not give a shit.
Yeah,
Oh, well, that's
I
good, 'cause
remember that
usually
as a
it's the
kid.
other way around. Oh,
Like,
I remember that
I
as
remember
a kid. I
doing
did
it
not
with my
want to come
brother.
inside.
Oh, yeah, that's how I felt about it. But I remember doing stuff with my brother, and crying about his hands and feet being cold and all that bullshit. But that might just be a older brother, younger brother thing.
you're just better than him.
I did nail him in the face with a snowball really good one time. I pump faked him and he ducked. He was on the other side of this playground structure that was like a bridge or something, and so he dove down, and so of course the bridge isn't that much stuff, so I just threw under the bridge and I nailed him right in the face. It was like a perfect shot. And then of course we had to go inside after that because he was crying.
I showed my son how to make a snowball. He proceeded to just pick up snow and throw it and get just as excited.
Yeah, cool. Yeah.
We just got a 2-inch sheet of ice that looked like snow. So it was like you step out in the grass, well, it would be the grass, and you just slip.
Immediately bust your ass, yeah.
Yeah, that really sucks. Yeah, we had a couple when I lived in New York City. We had a couple of blizzards where it was enough snow where like they had to close school, and we could sled and ski and all that shit in the city. But it was only like twice, and the second one was kind of shitty comparatively.
Well, last time we had like a big snowfall like this was like Snowmageddon in Alabama, which was like 2014, I want to say.
Okay.
And then prior to that, it was 1993.
Wow.
Like it just does not happen here.
Most snow
Yeah,
I
yeah.
have been like 2003, February 2003, when I was going to school in Baltimore. We got 3 feet of snow, and like Baltimore, the infrastructure like sucks. So like buildings were like caving in on people and shit.
Oh,
It was
God.
insane. They didn't have any
Wow.
salt. Like the city didn't have money for salt, and there was 3 feet of snow.
Jesus.
God.
Yeah, I think the most snow I ever saw was up at the cabin that my folks had, in up at above Lake Tahoe at Echo Summit, and there's a picture of me. I'm on skis, and I'm squatting down so I can use a payphone. But the other thing I remember very well is my dad fucking there was such a big drift of snow at the back of the cabin that he was able to carve a freaking ice cave in this thing, and so I got to play in an ice cave for like the whole weekend.
Nice.
Yeah, it was pretty baller.
Made a little igloo out of a snowdrift when I was a kid. It was like maybe 6 feet, 7 feet tall. The drift.
Yeah.
You could stand up and sort of run around it. It was like a tent at least,
Yeah. No, that's exactly how it was. It was off. There was like a mini deck. I mean, we're not talking very much outside the door, and then just this mound of snow that went up several feet above it. And yeah, he took a saw and cut into it, and then cut bricks out of it. And
oh shit!
Yeah,
like really get into it.
Yeah, but yeah, I could stand up in there, and that's the thing. It was like, oh, this shit is warm, huh? Like once you're inside it.
Well, like once that first layer of the inside melts, it like refreezes, turns to ice, and then it actually insulates the heat. Like they're surprisingly warm. It's like
yeah, exactly.
56 degrees or something.
Yeah, and that feels like a sauna when you when you're out in the cold. Yeah. Well, so far, knock on wood, we're we haven't died yet in this adventure. You got me thinking of it. I wanted to look at the YouTube channel and see how many adventures we've been on currently with this current crew.
I'm here.
Hey.
I think quite a few. Right?
Yeah. Michael was asking earlier, like how long this current.
Way to put me on blast, man.
Oh, sorry. Somebody was asking. Some guy.
Well,
but yeah, I guess we have been running these characters for a while now.
2 years actually.
That's what? 2 years?
Yeah.
Doesn't seem like that, but yeah.
We started in 222.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I think that's actually quite long.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
22
yeah.
started it?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah, well, it says here a year ago for the first episode of Eye of the Tiger. But it could have been 2022.
I think it's 2022. Actually, maybe.
I like 4,500 XP or something.
Yeah,
That's a lot of XP.
Oh, you have 4,500. Yeah, well, you always get like almost the max every time.
Yeah.
I've got 4,300.
I think it was 2022 or maybe. No, sorry. I think the beginning of 2023. My bad. Not 2022. The beginning of 2023, but still, that's like 2 years practically.
Mm-hmm.
So I think it's a decent length. Okay, so I think we can return to Johannes and Lambert because everyone's here right now. Yeah, so
I believe so.
Yeah, so Johannes and Lambert.
You mean Johannes and Gustav?
Sorry, Johannes and Gustav. My bad. Of course, my bad. Johannes and Gustav, you're being escorted by the stevedores to the dockside near Ostendam, somewhere here.
Mm-hmm.
It's not exactly near the Bird's place, the nasty tavern where you've spoken to Green Thistles. But yeah, it's not a nice neighborhood. It's definitely full of not so many nice places, and you eventually end up in front of or rather at the back of one of the more decrepit warehouses, probably currently not even in use. One of the toughs escorting you fishes out a large iron key, inserts it into the lock, and unlocks the back door. You go inside, and it's gloomy. None of you, I think, has night vision, right?
No.
Gustav?
I think I have excellent
That
vision.
is correct.
Excellent vision helps you with perception tests, but sadly it doesn't really help with the darkness. And you're probably surprised to hear that when you've all entered this place, you and your chaperones.
Is this guy still in front of me?
There are like 2 in front of you, 2 on both sides, 2 behind.
I want to caw and then laugh when we walk inside.
Alright. So you did that and then you laugh. Johannes, you saw and you heard what Gustav did.
He probably heard my doom because we got redoomed by the same woman in Altdorf.
Alright. The dockers, they look at you. Few of them just shake their heads. One of them just mutters something about insanity under his nose. But they don't comment. you hear a voice coming from the gloom, from between all the old rotten crates, just stacked one on top of another. At times you can see that they practically reach the ceiling. You hear, "So you have them, Herr Schultz?" Yeah, my lord, we have them. Just as you wanted us. They didn't put up any resistance." That's good, he says. "Well, in that case, I would like for you to stay for a little while I'm going to interview my new friends." And with that, you can see that from behind the crates, a man emerges.
Excuse me while I slip into something more comfortable.
Yeah. A man! The man in question.
Mhm.
He definitely doesn't look like he fits here. Like at all. He's very well dressed. Incredibly so, even. He has this rather nice looking beard, although at in few places it looks lanky and maybe patchy. He's not an impressive figure. He definitely, like he's not well built or powerful muscles, stuff like that. Up close, you can also see that his clothes, they look good only at the first glance. They are patched here and there. The clothing has seen definitely better days. He has a short sword strapped to his belt, and he wears a dyed leather jacket. He also looks educated, and there's this guarded energy about him. He looks at both of you and he says, Well. So nice to meet you, mein Herren. My name is Conrad," he says. I'm going to show Conrad is now in the handout section below Gosbert Rootbrother. He maybe even has the ring that he has on this art, but the ring, you guess that it's probably some kind of a cheap copy or imitation, or it's not like real gemstone.
And Conrad is not the name of the person that we are looking for, correct?
No, you've never heard about any Conrad. You have never seen the man, in fact.
Okay.
Now, and he actually stands maybe 2 meters in front of you, and you have a feeling that he's kind of afraid to approach you. It's clear that this man is not brave. He now feels brave because there are 6, brutes that he paid to bring you in. Now, I am very happy that we could finally meet. First time I've seen you on the road leading to Bögenhafen near that bandit camp, I was sure that you would probably be able to spot me, but fortunately, this was not the case.
I see. Pleasure to make your acquaintance, Conrad. You say?
Yes, as I've said, I'm Conrad.
What? Yes. What sort of business would you like to discuss?
A business of me asking you questions and you answering them. Honestly, for your own good. I've paid those fine men here a good money to bring you in, but let me assure you, I can pay them good money to rough you up a bit. Perhaps maybe break some bones.
I see. Oh, or maybe they might want to work for me.
And me.
That's cute, but given the man for whom I work, I don't think they would betray our agreement. Is that true? And you think that he even forgot the man's name, but he probably, aimed at the leader. He's actually standing behind you, the tough guy that brought you in, that commandeers the gang, and he's
a real toughie.
And he says, Yeah. I mean, we have a deal, and stevedores, we never break our deals, he says. Although you're not sure if he's completely honest or if that's just, an act.
Yeah. Okay. Well, duly noted. Well, we'll see if we can make some arrangements at a later date. But proceed.
Well, do you know for whom I work? Asks Conrad.
I would say that I mean, I have no idea who you work for.
Right, and you won't know for whom I work, he says. Which really made this quite stupid if you think.
That seems kind of rude.
But let me assure you, knave, that the man for whom I work runs this town. So you better answer my questions honestly, or you will be sleeping with the fishes, as the Thailand used to say.
Conrad, is it?
Well, yes, I've told you a few times that my name is Conrad.
Yes, you have. You haven't given me your surname, sir. And where I come from, when we do business, we have certain politenesses that are adhered to.
I just ordered a bunch of men to take you to a dingy warehouse right next to the river. Do you think that I care about some... what's the word you used? Do you think that I care about politeness and rules? I am the man making the rules here. I am the man who creates them. And right now, I am the man in charge of your life. You would do well to remember that. He basically just hums it up. He's practically drunk on his own false power.
Yeah. I'm gonna dig deep here. Like, hey, Gustav, and hopefully my character remembers things better than Sean, remember. I was like, that's Gustav. That's really interesting because I remember when we worked with the whatever gang that we worked with.
What's it?
In Oliver.
It was the fishes, right?
The fish. No, I don't think you worked with the
fishes.
fishes.
No, we didn't work with the fishes. We
worked with the damn witch hunters.
Well, we worked with the witch hunters, but we worked with whatever the Fight Club. They were. Gang,
yeah, you mean the guys from the first scenario, right?
The firm, or it was something like that.
Wait. Jesus.
Yeah, sorry. I'm digging deep for this one.
They were Italian.
I mean, you didn't work for them per se. You worked with a guy who knew them. That's
right.
That's good enough.
Yeah, it's good.
Well, that's what I'm saying. So all I'm saying is like Gustav, remind me when we worked with the outfit, just for lack of a better word. Remember that we had certain rules.
You worked with Karsten. The guy's name was Karsten.
No, I remember Karsten for sure, but I was just but yeah, they had some name that everybody was scared of, so that's all I'm trying to do is I'm essentially trying to name drop and just say like we know how underhanded business works and there are rules. That's what I'm trying to get across.
Mm-hmm.
And I can roll a charm or a bullshit or
roll charm test, but with minus 20%. Because that was in Outdorf, and this is not Outdorf. That's the problem.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, but hey, man, Altdorf is a big city.
I know. It's center of the world. It is.
Oh, God damn it! I'm gonna re-roll that.
All right.
And hopefully not.
You farted.
Okay, I can't do it. All
yeah,
right. Oh, well.
You are trying. Actually, Gustav, you can see that Johannes is trying his best, and but perhaps he's trying a bit too much. It also doesn't help that he can't remember the name of the gang. And truth be told, I think it's fitting that you don't remember. This has been some time ago. You haven't kept up with Karsten ever since then, so I think that's actually rather realistic and rather fitting. Okay, so Conrad, you can see that he's like that he has this sneer on his face, and he's like clapping his hands. Bravo, bravo! You should become an actor. You have a natural talent. You'd probably make a killing on the street doing pantomime. But I think we've wasted enough time, so I'm going to ask you a few questions. You and your buddy here. Unfortunately, there's no big burly Bretonnian knight to protect you. Oh my! And he's like, he's just like I said, he's a huge ham.
He's 6 feet away, right?
Like 2 to 3 meters, yeah, something like that.
Can I try to lunge at him with my quarterstaff and try and knock him out?
You can, but this is going to be based on based on his perception test versus your agility, and he's going
That's the only place I could think to go with it. I mean, like, I could wait until he starts asking questions I don't like and then do it, but then he's going to be expecting it. But if I do it right now, like when he's mid-sentence...
Remember also that he has like a bunch of guys behind you and on your flanks. And as far as you know... Is
it possible I could try to stop him?
But I have 80 gold at my belt, and their boss is going to be knocked out. That's what I'm hoping for.
Okay. Well, no, you can't, Johannes, because you don't know that Gustav wants to do that. Let me ask Gustav one question. If you want to do that, I will give Johannes a minus 30% perception test, free, so that you'll be able to see that he's tensing, but this test can be botched. And then, Gustav, it will be... I will roll for this guy's and Steve Door's perception test to note for them to notice that you are trying to do something. Just so you know. And it can get very nasty. You know that because of your background and your general life experience.
I figured they're going to try to break my legs if I don't answer their questions anyway, so I might as well get my legs broken trying to do something.
So you want to do that?
Yeah,
okay.
I think so.
Johannes, roll minus 30% perception test, and you need to roll that. Okay, I mean, sure. Johannes, you see that Gustav, you've been colleagues, if not friends, for some time. You've traveled together, fought together, drunk together. You basically know each other well. In the corner of your eye, there's very little light here because Conrad brought an oil lamp that's standing on the floor right now. But like the lamp is small, it's kind of dirty, there's not enough oil in it, so this place is still darker than lighter, right? So you can see him tensing and making those moves that you make right before jumping towards someone. You have a single free turn to do something before we'll go into initiative, essentially.
Okay, I'm gonna try to hug Gustav.
Okay, so.
Oh no!
So you are, and yes, you are standing right next to each other. Johannes, you actually, sorry. In that case, Gustav, and without any rolls, you see that Johannes suddenly lunges towards you, and he wants to give you this huge bear hug. Do you try? And dodge?
No, as a matter of fact, when I see him turn, like I just stop, and I guess everybody knows what I was about to do. Like, no bear hug necessarily. Like,
actually, well, you just stop, but Johannes, you probably hug him anyway, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I am going to roll. Wait a second. Oh,
best friends just hug all the time.
I've rolled 0-3. Sorry.
Brother, don't shake, huh?
I rolled 0-3 when Johannes, when you've hugged Gustav, you immediately saw that Conrad took 2 more steps back, and the guys behind you, they started maybe not shouting, but hey, what is this? What is this? And Conrad's like, look, that one was trying to attack me. What I'm paying you for, eh? Do something about them. And with that, the toughs are essentially...
Gentlemen, relax.
No, like it's past relaxing. I mean, they're not beating you up, but they, all of the 6 guys, they approach you. They, first of all, they pry you, Johannes, from Gustav, and then they disarm you. They take everything away from you. By everything, I mean weapons, like not your personal, like purses or backpacks. They leave that, but they take away your.
Chance to fight back.
Right now, yes, you can start fight back. Remember that there are 6 very tough men. And by the way, sorry, I would say that probably 4 of them disarm you. The other 2 pull out their weapons and they just stand nearby and watch. You can fight back by all means, but it's up to you.
I'm thrashing.
Okay, but you're thrashing as in trying to shake them off, and we are trying.
Yeah. I was about to jump a guy, and then some other guys jump on me. Like,
okay, we enter initiative phase in that case. Sorry, everyone except you, Lambert, of course. You guys roll, please roll. Agility. It's Warhammer, so you only base this on agility.
Yeah. My problem is that every time I roll, let me see what it gives me. Okay, so I have mail though, so that should be minus
minus 10
or minus
yes,
5?
minus 10.
Okay, so 39. Okay.
Gustav, you have mail?
I think I got rid of it.
Okay, so you don't have mail. So how much agility you have total?
I have 53 agility. I just rolled a 9, so 62.
62. All right, you have 49. Please note that Conrad, the guy who makes notes, also takes care of combat. By that I mean agility and writing everything. Conrad has 40 agility. I am going to roll for the guys, but I need to quickly open. I think there should be stats for them in the main rule book. Are you having fun, Mike?
Hey, I'm good. I might go cook myself some lunch here in a minute if y'all are.
Yeah. No worries, man. It's,
hey, I did my thing. I'm good.
I was gonna say I tried.
Okay, I'm going to roll for those guys. They have a total of 48. No, sorry, wrong PDF. 41. So, first is Gustav, then Johannes, then the guys, and finally Conrad. Gustav, you're up, but you are currently being essentially disarmed by 2 guys. They are not holding you in a bear hug or anything, but one of them is holding you by a hand, the other one is holding you, by your other hand, and they're just removing every single weapon from you. So what are you going to do right now?
Is one of the the third goon from the beginning one of them?
Let me quickly roll one. Actually, you roll. 120 says yes on a D100.
Okay.
Yeah, one of them.
Okay.
There you go.
Yeah.
I have 2 attacks now, so I'm going to...
Remember, okay, yeah.
I have a knuckle duster in my turn.
Okay.
If they disarm something else, I'm going for that, and I'm going to try and knock this guy out.
I mean, let's say that for now they removed your quarterstaff. Okay, so you take out your knuckle duster, yes?
Yeah.
Do you have fast draw? Or quick draw, whatever it's called.
I doubt it. Let me check.
If you don't, then this is a single action, and your other action is striking them.
Yeah, that's what I figured. I don't have a quick draw.
Okay, you put your hand into your pocket, you put on very neatly and quickly knuckle dusters on your hand, and then you try to strike one of the guys. I'm not going to give you any minus modifiers, just raw weapon skill.
Yeah, this is strike to stun, specifically.
Do you want to strike to stun him?
Yeah, that's...
Okay, actually wait, because I think that strike to stun, I believe it might be double action. Oh, let me quickly see.
I don't actually see it. I thought I had it. Thought I had it from being a doctor. Is it a talent?
Yeah, I think so. It's a
yeah, strike to stun.
It's a talent. Yeah, you need to have it
Yeah.
as a talent.
And I'm pretty sure you have it because
Yeah,
because you were trying to do it like way back when.
Yeah. Actually, it doesn't have to be a double action. You can just first of all raw attack, because this is the most important part.
Okay. Street fighting, does that help?
Street fighting only helps you without any weapons.
Okay.
Only when you use your fists and any kicks. I think you've managed to. Yeah, you've managed to hit. I presume that you managed to hit.
I think it's 42, but let me double check.
Okay.
42 is my weapon skill, so yeah.
Okay. So you suddenly launched for one of the guys, and Johannes, you see that. There's a flash of light on metal as Gustav's knuckle dusters fly towards this guy's head. Now he's going to try and dodge. You wouldn't be able to surprise him anyway. Of course, he's like, "What the fuck?" And he's trying to.
I figure this is a losing fight, but I want to hurt somebody. You know what I mean?
And of course he failed because you are quick as a snake in the grass. So how this works is that instead of dealing damage to him, you can try and stun him. In that case, you make a counter strength test. So please roll strength right now. Okay, don't reroll that yet, because I need to roll. Okay, I've passed, so you can reroll that if you want.
Yeah, I want to use the luck for that.
That's a botch. All right. So I'm going to declare that you've just struck Johannes. You are very close to each other. This guy, he saw the fist.
Kind of deserved it.
This guy saw the fist flying towards him. He's like, "What the fuck?" And he dodged, and then you struck Johannes. Now please roll without reversing it. Roll the location where you struck Johannes, and this is dealing damage, by the way.
Show me on the doll where you hit Johannes.
Okay, so 59. So I think that's probably a torso hit. I think, but don't worry, Johannes. You have mail, so. I mean, that's wait. Location is 59. Yeah, it's a body. Roll damage. 8. Your strength is.
Strength is 4.
Do you have strike mighty blow?
Let me check.
I don't think that you should have.
I don't think I do yet.
Okay, so let me quickly see, and this is. Wait, where are the rules for? Oh yeah, here it is. It's strength -3, actually, fortunately. So 8 plus 4, 12, -3, 9, minus your armor and toughness, Johannes.
So that would be -6, so I take 3 damage.
Yeah, suddenly you've been hit in the solar plexus by Gustav's rather strong knuckle duster strike. Of course,
That was supposedly my bad arm too. If you take note.
Of course, everyone is like, "What the fuck? Hey, boys! They are fighting back!" Something like this. Konrad, of course, starts screeching, "Take them! Take them!" And so, after Gustav, we have Oh, sorry, Gustav. Yeah, that was the only thing that you were able to do because one action was for reaching for the weapon, the other action was for striking. Now we have Johannes. Johannes, you're up. You are also being disarmed by two men. Let's say that so far they managed to remove. What do you have on you? You have your club, right? And you have a dagger, I presume, or some kind of a knife.
Yeah. I have a club and two daggers. I have a fancy one and a shitty one.
So let's say that they managed to remove your club, but you still have both daggers on you, including the fancy one.
Okay.
What do you want to do? You can see immediately that the situation is turning it goes in a very nasty way.
Okay. So how close am I, or what? Essentially, what I want to do is I want to go and fall over, and I want to go towards the lantern on the ground and see if I can knock it over into something to start a fire.
The lantern on you, I would say it's further than Conrad is. Like, it's not standing right next to him; it's standing behind him. So that, because he wanted to do this for the dramatic effect, he wanted to put the lantern and stand in front of it so that the light is just, coming from behind him, making him seem more sinister and large. So it's probably at least 4 meters from you. And remember, you are being maybe not held, but there are two guys right next to you, so I will declare that if you are trying to run towards, for example, the lantern on Conrad, you'll be given 2 automatic strikes from each of them. According to the rules, when you are moving past the enemy without making the full... Actually, I think even when making the full run, they have a free strike on you. Yeah. And they only have their fists so far, but they are reaching. Everyone is reaching for the weapons, including Conrad, by the way.
Okay, well then I will draw both my daggers and try to get my back to something solid.
Oh shit!
Okay.
That's not what I expected.
I am going to do something that I actually hate doing because I'm going to freehand this shit. Right. So this is how.
That map.
Yeah, this is going to be
If
good.
I see or hear that, I'm gonna yell, "I yield."
It's going to be good. All right, so like these are the crates, right? They're going very, very high into the air. It's famous. It's fantastic. This is the lamp. It's like burning and shit. This is like Conrad. He's a cunt. Yeah. Here, K, like a cunt, right? So here is, for example, let's say Johannes. And here, for example, is Gustav, and so like here, and let's say here and here and here are like 2 guys, 2 goons, and behind you, blocking the exit, are like 2 other goons. I'm very good at this.
Okay, got it.
Yeah, I could fucking study art. Oh, here, look, it's burning. Yeah,
that's cool.
It's very good. Yeah.
So I'm gonna go back to back with Gustav.
Okay.
And
so
draw my deck.
Do you have fast draw?
No, I do not.
All right.
So my action is just
yes.
Like, hey.
Both of your actions, in a very dramatic way, you pull out both daggers with this, with this movie sound, because I'm sure that in real life they don't do this shink sound like when they leave the scabbards. But let's say that of course they do, because this is this Warhammer. We don't take. We don't do realistic stuff here, and let's say I guess that in your dominant hand you have the fancy dagger, the best quality one, right? Probably, and in your other hand you have your standard dagger, and of course when you pull out your daggers, everyone just goes fucking insane. Gustav, you also see that Johannes drew both blades, and you probably wonder if he's going to shank you for the solar plexus thingy. Conrad.
This could have gone so much differently without that bear hug.
Probably.
I think it could have gone so much differently if you just fucking held your water. Jesus Christ.
By Sigmar, you mean? Conrad is like...
Yeah.
He's drawing his weapon, and let me quickly see... Yeah. He's drawing his sword, and he's actually taking a few steps back, all the while yelling, "Pacify them! Pacify them!" And so the guys will pacify you probably because they'll start pacifying right now. Alright, so the dock workers, because that's their turn now. Two behind you had their weapons ready, so they will make approach attack action. The guys who were just manhandling you, they like took a step back. This is not an action in any way, and they pull out their clubs. And actually, that's all they do right now because they are pretty shocked at what's happening. So you are only being attacked by two guys this turn. And since no one else attacked you, they won't get any bonuses. But Johannes and Gustav, you can see that this escalated rather quickly. And I'm going to turn off the GM roll thingy because it doesn't really matter. So, Gustav, in the corner of your eye, you see one of the thugs. You think actually that's probably their boss, maybe even, the guy who was speaking, rushing towards you, raising the club and just trying to strike you down with it.
Okay.
69. Actually, that's Gustav. That's to Gustav, not Johannes. So 69, of course, is always a success, but in this case, he failed. Gustav, you managed to, duck or jump away just in time. The strike was clumsy. Johannes, meanwhile, you are being assaulted by the other man and his club. And he fares even worse. You've actually just managed very quickly. You've managed to, parry the blow with one of your daggers, and so we go to the next turn. The rest of the dockers, they have their weapons out as well, cudgels and clubs and blackjacks. And so, Gustav, you're up. What are you going to do?
I'm currently armed with knuckle duster.
Yes, with knuckle duster, yeah.
And I'm in combat with the.
You're in combat with a single
boss.
person right now, yeah, with the boss.
Or
at least the guy who's, spokesperson for this bunch.
I'm gonna get my coin purse out with my main hand.
Alright, no. On your main hand, you have knuckle dusters. Because remember,
I have no main hand anymore. I'm ambidextrous.
You're ambidextrous? But I think that ambidextrous, actually, if I recall correctly, it doesn't remove the...
I thought
actually, no.
Removed the penalty for offhand.
Yeah, it actually removes it completely. Okay, yeah, sure. Sure. Okay. So
okay,
what?
So I guess other hand's going for the coin purse, and I would like to use it as a blackjack, and I would argue that it is a blackjack and not an improvised weapon, because that's what people used to use like back in the day to knock people out in alleyways and stuff, is put some coins in a leather pouch, you know what I mean?
Okay, for fun's sake, I will agree to that. Sure, you can use it as a leather jacket.
I knew a guy who knocked somebody out with a roll of nickels.
Yeah.
It's true. You put it in a sock or something.
And I think in the
well,
older...
he actually wrapped it in electrical tape and had it in his hand, and two guys were trying to mug him, and he punched the bigger guy, and he said the guy went down like a sack of potatoes, and nickels went flying everywhere, and the other guy ran away.
Well, in Soviet Russia, one of the torture methods was a sock filled with sand to the genitals. Fun times. Supposedly it's very effective. It's like super dense and super hard. I also heard that in the US, like in the 19th century or early 20th, during the late cowboy era, right, late Wild West, some of the shotguns were loaded with like old coins, like penny coins, penny shot essentially. What it was called. It was supposedly very, very nasty up close. Okay, so sure, you take out your purse, use it as a blackjack, and what, you're going to purse someone a question, right?
I wanna knock this guy over the head with it and try and strike to stun again.
Once again, try strike to stun. Very well. You swing your man purse and you try to strike to stun him. Roll for weapon skill. And
It's not
yeah,
a sports bro, it's just a bro.
And under my breath, I say, Ronald, all my coin is yours.
all right, nice. I think you've hit.
Yeah,
They don't pair with anything because they don't have weapons in their offhand, so they only can try and dodge. And he will actually try and dodge this, and he failed. So the purse flies towards his head, and once again we do this by the book. This is a counter strength test. Your strength versus his. Roll strength, please.
Oh, strength.
Yeah, it's counter
Sorry.
strength. No worries, no worries. Ooh. Okay,
Nice.
that's very nice. He actually passed, but you've won. You had more successes. So, but now the rules for Strike to Stand in second edition are fucking stupid. Actually, very badly written, because he still has a single test left. If he fails this one, he's knocked. He's knocked out. So how this works is that now he must must make a toughness test, adding a +10 modifier for every armor point or some kind of cover on his head. I declared that he has nothing. They are not armored. They are dock workers, so obviously, you know, they don't need any armor on their heads. So I'm going to roll basic toughness test for him. And I need to double check, but
I would imagine he failed.
no, I actually think that you've just knocked him out. Funnily enough, on the bot right now, I would declare that you probably killed him. That he fell and probably broke his neck or something. Yeah, you've knocked.
Probably killed him, but he just fell and broke his neck.
Yeah, it's
All right.
It's usually fatal, right? All right, so you've knocked him out cold. You just smack him with the purse between his eyes. He went down like a sack of potatoes, like without even a single sound. He's just down. So I am going to remove him from the equation. This was the guy. Of course, the rest are like, holy shit, he killed Hans. And now, very good job, Gustav. That was very nice. And with that, we now go to Johannes. So,
So if I try to disengage from these guys, they're gonna get a free hack at me.
You have two options. You can either just move away, and yes, then they get each of them gets 2 attacks, or you could make the disengage action. But I declare that in this case you still can. There's not enough room for you. Because Conrad is nearby, you have essentially you have a single guy on you, two others are right next to you. Gustav is right behind you, swinging the purse. So there's simply no room for you to do this.
Okay. So I will. I have to remember. It's been so long since I've done combat.
Yeah, no. Last time we were fighting with the Dark Elves.
Well, yeah, but did I fight with them?
Yeah, I did.
I mean, like,
yeah, you did.
Oh yeah, that's true. Well,
Yeah.
but okay, you're right. So it is more recently than I thought. But oh, these aren't the actions though, are they? Because what I'm guarded attack.
You can do careful guarded attack, which remember there's the combat sheet combat actions actually uploaded. Let's see.
I've never actually looked at this one before. So there used to be a was it defensive stance?
Defensive stance, yes. You don't attack. The enemy gets minus 20% attacking you. You can only dodge and parry. You can do that, of course.
Yeah. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna take a defensive stance and go like, "Hey guys, we don't want this to get any worse than it already is."
All right, you do that. You present both of your daggers in front of you. Trying to trying to talk some reason to them, but you see that probably with their leader knocked out, or well, I mean, you don't, for all you know, he can be dead, right? Because Gustav smacked him really hard and he fell on the warehouse floor. That's not pretty. And now Conrad is approaching one of you. I'm going to randomize this. D4, 1, 2, Johannes, and 3, 4, Gustav. Actually, Johannes. He's approaching you.
No, that's awesome. Because I'll stab that motherfucker in the face.
Yeah.
The other dudes, I was like, I have no beef with you, but I'm gonna stab Conrad in his fucking eyeball.
Yeah. In his fucking lanky bird, and he is actually trying to stab you with his sword. Like a coward that he is. You know that he's coming. But you're kind of turned with your back to him. Of course, for combat's sake, like you're not surprised or anything. You sense that this coward, because you know that this man is a coward and and a little bitch. Essentially, he's just trying to strike you from behind. So I'm going to roll D100. Yeah, and actually that goes right towards your arm. He slashes you right in the arm, but you can either even with minus 20. He manages to do that. I rolled 12, and he has plus 10% from a single docker, so you can either parry or dodge. It's up to you.
I think since I don't have dodge blow,
everyone has dodge blow in my games.
Parry.
If you don't have it, you roll it on half of your agility. So either roll half.
You have it.
If you have it, you roll on full. Of course.
I do not have the skill. Dodge blow.
Hey, I guess we found something for you to spend your XP on.
Yeah,
Yep.
You don't have it? Are you serious?
Yeah. Like, I mean, if he's a merchant, he doesn't have it in his profession advancements. Dodge blow is for, martial characters.
He's just been blowing this whole time. Doesn't know how to dodge him.
So, do you want to parry?
Yes.
Okay.
Parry.
So
that's just my weapon skill. Correct?
But remember that you parry with your offhand, and in your offhand you have your normal quality dagger. So you don't get any bonuses. You only test on your basic weapon skill.
Okay.
Do you want to reroll that?
I will reroll that.
Okay, sure.
Yeah.
Nice. That's that was actually pretty good. Now let me quickly check. I am very tempted to say. I am very tempted to say that you've parried the blow, and it actually went towards Gustav, but that would be a very dick move to do. Okay, Sean, roll me D100, please.
Okay.
51. Okay. So what happened was, here it is. Your feeble parry does nothing to stop the blow. And not only did Conrad manage to strike you, but the blow, it winds you. So until the end of the next round, you may only parry and do nothing else. Because you were not prepared for how strong this blow actually was. Like the man, as I said, he's not well built, or clearly he's not even a martially inclined person. But that was a strong blow, and now I'm going to roll damage for him. To your arm, I don't know if you have armor there. I think you have, right? So. I don't think he didn't do anything. It's 4 damage, fortunately, only. So
that doesn't get through.
Yeah. So you have armor there, yes?
Yeah.
Okay. So what happened was that the blow slid off your chainmail. Fortunately for you, but still you felt it. That said, the other 2 dockers are raising their clubs, and they start raining hell down on you. They will try. Do you have anything on your head? Any armor on your head?
According to my things, I have mail on my head as well.
As head, all right.
I don't know. Or wait, no. I have a helmet. I have a plate helmet.
You have a plate helmet, all right.
But eventually I have a metal skull cap, I guess is what it is.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
I think I did too. I didn't check.
Okay.
So it gives, according to this, it gives me a 3 armor on my head.
Okay. So what they will try to do is just to
Get rid of it.
To strike you down with their clubs. So first we'll roll.
Okay.
You still have your defensive stance, so don't worry. It connects, and you've already parried, so you can only no, actually you can't even dodge according to the botch. So this goes through, unless you want to spend luck point for extra parry. You can do that.
Yeah, sure. Why not? Use up my last one.
Okay.
I'll get an extra parry.
So close. You desperately try to stop this blow for connecting with your arm, but alas, no luck. And I also don't think that it did anything to you because it's a total of 9 damage to your arm.
Oh, 9 damage to my arm? Shit. Okay, I take 3 more damage.
Alright, so this you felt. Like this blow from a cudgel, you felt. It hurts, but you don't have time to ponder it because there's the second stevedore slash dock worker. Yeah, second cudgel is coming. Fortunately, this one. Wait a second. Actually, I need to count. 33. No, fortunately, this one you did manage to block. And now, Gustav, you've heard behind you, and you even saw, with your peripheral vision that Konrad engaged Johannes, sword striking at him. So now it's your turn. What are you going to do?
I'm charging.
You can charge. You're too close. You can just. You're so close that you don't even have to approach him. You can just attack him if you want.
Okay.
So you're once again trying to strike to stun?
Yes.
Okay.
But do I get to do it twice now? Because
yes, you can. You can do multiple attacks. If you have to attack, if you have swift attack, yeah, sure, you can do that. Mm-hmm.
I don't think I have swift attack.
I mean,
but
you have 2 attacks, so you can do multiple attacks. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So first you get plus 10% from Johannes because he is engaged with Konrad.
Okay, let's do a knuckle duster first.
Mm-hmm. What was that, Michael? Sorry?
Nothing, you're good.
Okay. So, actually it flies towards his head. Konrad sees that, of course, and he will desperately try and jump away from your strike. And 0-4, yeah, he managed to avoid it just in time. But there's also the man purse.
The money bag.
The man bag. Keep the change, you filthy animal.
If you want to add a chance that this explodes on impact at some point, that'll be cool.
I wanted to do that on a botch. I want to say that on a botch it actually spills the coins. Yeah, sure.
Probably be a better distraction if you think about it.
Probably.
That's what I was going to resort to if it gets any worse. But here we go.
No, unless you want to reroll that, of course.
I will. I think this is my last luck, I think.
Okay, sure. Nice.
Nice.
And
come on.
he can't do anything with that, so... okay, counter strength test, please. Roll strength, Gustav.
Please.
Oh, you've passed. Now I'm going to roll for him. He failed, so now I need to roll his stamina, his toughness, which is... oh wow, it just fucking sucks. Yeah, you've knocked him out as well. you just pursed him. he falls to the ground, the sword spilling from his hand. He's not completely unconscious. I'm going to remove him from the fight in that case. Yeah, here it is. Yeah, that's it. Very well. Johannes, you've seen that. You've noticed that Conrad is no longer bothering you. He's just laying on the ground, arms spread wide, and he's like just knocked senseless. And now you're up. What are you going to do?
Say, gentlemen, time for a new deal. Both your employer and your boss
wait.
down.
You are saying, remember, in combat, if you want to say something, you can only say very short things, or it takes your actions. So if you're saying, gentlemen, time for a new deal, this is a free action. But if you want to say what you were saying, this will take a whole turn for you, probably.
Okay, well, I'll say, gentlemen, time for a new deal, and I'll do another defensive stance.
Right. And in that case, you, Johannes, please roll me minus 30% charm.
Fuck it.
All right. All right. Now that's... yeah. We exit initiative. Nice. Yeah, good job. You succeeded. I'd never seen anything like that in Warhammer before. I was honestly thinking that you guys would be dead after this. So, what happened?
I thought so too.
Yeah. What happened is that you say, guys, time for a new deal. And Johannes and Gustav, you see that the dockers, they each of them take a few steps back away from you. Some of them, look... they shot quick glances towards their fallen unconscious leader. They still have their weapons in front of them. One of them says, we don't want no trouble, eh? We were only supposed to escort you here. We're no killers. We're no killers, right?
Yeah.
But
no.
but this one, and he points at Gustav, he started swinging first. He knocked out our boss.
I'm walking over to Conrad and grabbing his sword off the ground and holding it to his neck and just looking at the guys.
All right.
Scram.
Oh.
One of them,
I said.
Yeah, sorry. Go ahead, Sean. Go ahead.
Settle down, everybody. Here's what we're gonna do.
No. They no. Fuck that. And two of them grab their boss, one under each arm. The one that was speaking to you, Johannes, good luck, you're on your own. But this one, he looks important, so you might want to be careful. He's one of them Hagen's boys, and with that, they just run away. They reach the door, leaving outside, and they dragging their boss. They just run outside. They don't look back.
Okay. Hey, Gustav, do you know how to tie knots?
Marienburg, yeah.
All right, let's hog tie this son of a bitch.
All right. So
I don't think there's a knot tying skill, but
no, I mean you know how to do this. That's not hard. However, roll me plus 20% agility.
Okay. Minus what?
Plus 20, not minus. Plus
20.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you've passed. You've rolled. You've tied the knot very well. You also have his sword. He's completely knocked out. He has this huge, red, mark on his head where your money purse got him. And now, Lambert, you eventually returned to Cadbury's. It took you some time to reach this place, but fortunately nothing happened along the way to you. When you've entered the inn, of course, it's full of people drinking, eating. Nothing bad is happening. The atmosphere is rather jolly. You also don't see your friends anywhere. What are you doing?
They must still be out. I just risked my fucking ass.
Mm-hmm.
Walking into Cadbury's, feeling the look around all by myself.
Yeah.
And go to the bar and not loudly drinks on me and put a gold down and say, I need to eat. I need all food. Give me food. All food. I need to feel like I'm home. Take me back to the moot, please. This sucks.
But you're also saying that drinks are on me?
Yeah.
All right, one of the Amos sons looks at you, and he has this rather strange look like, wow, you outdoorfers really have coin. I mean, your friends, they were here not too long ago, and they also bought drinks for everyone. But I mean, we're not complaining, right? And he says, hey, drinks are on this halfling for everyone. And everyone is like, yay!
Yay.
So
What's that?
Lambert, that they were here.
Yeah, what's that gonna cost me real quick? Hello?
What?
I don't know.
What?
I said, what's that gonna cost me real quick?
Oh, well, you said that you put a gold crown, yes?
Yeah.
So that includes the meal, the drinks, and I don't know if you want the change, of course.
I don't think you understood what I meant, son. I want all the bacon and eggs you have.
Well, I mean, yes, of course, sir. That's Sir Halfling. That is absolutely possible. Please sit at the table, and we will deliver the food to your table as soon as we can. Says the very young man.
I'll sit back with in my hand, in my pocket under my cloak. I've got my hand around the pistol. I was like, God damn it, that was stupid. All right, well, we got it.
Yes, and you can also feel the reassuring, silhouette touch of the parchment under a cloak, signed by the head of the Stevedores Guild. Okay, let me quickly see one thing. So you were given actually a very good food because capon and vegetables in a salty broth. I presume that you've ordered a couple different courses, right? So other than that, there was also a stew of horse flesh and chestnuts.
Nice.
So that's actually pretty good. And finally, for the last final dish, you were given mutton and sage pie, and a hearty amount of beer to go with that. You are eating, and it takes you some time to eat all of that. Along the way, during that time, patrons of Cadbury's, they approach your table, and they with mugs in their hands, and they thank you for the drink. They say, "You and your friends, you are really generous. Thank you, and just may Sigmar protect you. May Bögenhafen have mercy on you. May Bögenhafen grant you fortune. May Shalaya have mercy on you. Stuff like that. You really feel once again like you're actually building something when it comes to to community. I just want to know, Johannes and Gustav, what are you going to do in the meantime? Because if you decide to return to Cadbury's, there is a big chance that you will encounter Lambert sitting and eating. So, Johannes and Gustav, you have tied down Conrad. Tell me, do you also gag him?
Yes.
All right. So you put.
I find the dirtiest rag I can find, and I jam it in his mouth.
Yeah, you very quickly discover that this warehouse, it's completely deserted. There are lots of crates and empty barrels. You can hear rats scurrying in the shadows. It actually smells of rat piss and shit. And yes, you found, let's say, some a piece of very dirty cloth. You've put the cloth into his mouth. To shut him up. And
can I get my barber surgeon kit out and start cutting his hair?
Yeah, sure, of course.
Okay. Close shave.
He also has, let's say, 8 shillings in his purse.
We don't need his money.
Yeah. But he doesn't have anything else. He doesn't have any kind of seal or letter from his employer. Nothing else. That said, remember what the doctor said, that he's one of them Hagen's boys, and Hagen.
Yeah.
the Hagens are one of the
Right.
main families.
Mhm.
However,
Right.
according to Greenfissos, they were not the ones involved in their kidnapping and blackmail.
Well, but they told us to look after the Hagens, though, right? They because the Hagen was the one that was coming back into town, right?
No,
We had-
Steinhager.
'cause we had the
Steinhager. According to Greenfissos,
Steinhager
Steinhagers and Rook brothers are the ones responsible for their kidnapping and for the general anti-halfling sentiments in the town.
okay.
Hagens, they're just one of the main families ruling Bögenhafen, but Candlewick and nor Candlewick, either Candlewick nor Matchwick told you that they have anything to do with, with their plight.
Well, but this guy admitted to us that he was there at
Yes, at the bandit
there-
camp. Yes, he did. Absolutely.
yeah,
So probably
so-
there's something strange going on here.
yeah, something going on. So I think, Gustav, and you can correct me if you think I'm wrong. I think we should take this guy over to Bert's and waterboard his ass.
I think we could do it right here, while he's getting clean for the Lord.
Yeah, okay. I'll fetch a bucket of water from the docks.
Nice.
I don't need
I
it.
look
Just-
around for what?
I don't need
You don't
it.
need
Yeah.
Okay.
He drank a lot. He
All right.
drank a lot before this.
Close shave is an intimate experience.
I'm gonna shave his balls.
Gotta make them Rocky Mountain oysters.
He's tied
Yeah.
up,
All right.
gagged, and I'm shaving him bald.
Yeah,
Basically, like his head. Anyway, I'm not
Wait.
doing
yeah.
Yeah. I got you.
Like both.
Not giving him the Brazilian.
it. Wake up and everybody hired is gone, and we're just there shaving him.
That's a fucked up experience.
I think that would be a little terrifying, honestly.
Yeah.
I was cawing and laughing when I walked in here.
And now he's shaving him.
Beer Bögenhafen in him.
All right. So you
Alright, okay.
go outside, Johannes. Yes, with one of the barrels. You pour some water into it.
Yeah, and then I come back in.
Okay. Like it's one of the smaller
And,
barrels,
I-
like not big ones, but
Yeah, just like a bucket sized one.
yeah.
And so I'm gonna splash him with water to wake him up.
Okay, well, when you return, you can see that Gustav completely shaved him clean, both the hair and the beard. You also removed his eyebrows.
Sure, that
Oh.
sounds amazing.
Yeah,
I would say, of course.
so he also doesn't have his eyebrows. He looks very weird. Johannes, you return with the bucket. You splash some water onto his face. He
I
actually.
need to never piss off Gustav. Jesus.
Yeah, it's like. So
He offended my God.
We get frat bro justice on
He also has dicks drawn all over his face.
no, Jesus, no. I've heard that there are those. I think that in Poland it also happened, like those sex revenge tapes, something like that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you know what I mean.
Well, no.
That's
There's a thing. There's
what?
there's a thing here that some dudes do where when your buddy gets drunk and passes out at a party, you take a permanent marker and
Yeah,
draw
and you
dicks all
draw
over
a dick on his face. Yeah, that's. But that's funny.
Yeah.
Like the real dark stuff I read about was that, a girl went to a party, she got drunk, and they've not only had their way with her, but they also filmed that and later released this into the
Yeah.
internet. That's fucking horrible.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it is fucking horrible. Yeah, no,
yeah.
people do that shit here too, and they deserve to be tied up and
Castrated.
shaved.
Yeah. Well, actually, like a quick anecdote, and that's supposedly that's real. In Poland, like in one of the dorm houses in Krakow, like in our former capital, from Yodi times at the south, like it was probably 10, maybe 20 years ago. There was a huge party on the highest like floor, right? And so everyone got just so hammered, just so incredibly drunk, that a bunch of guys convinced others to organize a trip to the moon. How this works was that how this worked is that they got this huge cardboard. They've written moon mission on the side of it, or like space mission, something like that. One of them got into the cardboard and they dropped the cardboard from the highest floor. Yeah, so obviously the guy didn't survive, right? Fortunately, someone called the police, and the police very quickly came because they've already organized a rescue mission. There was a second cardboard named rescue mission with a guy inside this cardboard already, but the cops just busted down the door and they've stopped them before they managed to like throw the cardboard with the man outside. Yeah.
I don't think I've ever been that drunk.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
But the worst part is that both astronauts were willing to do that. Like they thought that this was a really good idea.
It's a brave job, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
To the moon.
New frontiers.
Yeah.
College students, no less.
Yes. So anyway, you splash the man with some water, and he's like he was already rather close, you think, to waking up. He has this gag in his mouth, and he's like, and he looks at you both. His eyes are wide open. There's the lantern standing on the floor behind him, and he's like,
I cut his shirt off.
yeah, and
Cut his shirt off.
yeah, and he wait, what you do
I
what?
cut his shirt off, like with some
Oh,
shears.
all right. Well, I don't have to tell you that he goes completely, apeshit. He's like, because he thinks that you probably want to cut him. But for now, I presume that you only remove his shirt. By the way, as I said, his clothes, they're not like good quality. They used to be good quality, but right now, for games purposes, they are common quality. You cut open his shirt. What are you doing?
I'm gonna lay on top of him with the knife and say, I don't want to miss. I'm just shaving you. There's a lot of arteries in here. Be
Calm
careful.
down, just shaving.
He looks at
Yeah.
you, Johannes, with those huge bleeding eyes, because he realizes that Gustav's probably insane, but maybe you'll be able to stop him.
I'll pull the
Hey,
gag out of
Conrad, No. I was like, oh, Conrad, hold on a second here. I was like, now, be a good boy. You don't want us to turn you over to the green thistles. So why don't you answer some questions for us? That sound like a good deal?
He looks at you both. He looks at, especially at Gustav, and so he nods, but you can see that he starts to calm down, even with you, Gustav. Cutting open his shirt, stuff like that. What are you guys doing? And I presume, Gustav, that you haven't removed the gag yet. Yes.
No, I will, but then I'm gonna take some lather and put it on his chest and his armpits.
Wait, something what?
Shaving cream.
Oh, right. Okay, sure.
So he can talk while I'm doing it.
All right. When you've pulled out, the rack, he's like, "What? Are you insane? What are you doing? Why are you shaving me?" This is really strange. Like, sounds very strange when I'm saying that.
You have to be clean where you're going.
What?
Answer my friend's questions.
Look out with that razor, will you? Wait, did you remove the entirety of my of the hair on my face, including my eyebrows?
Conrad, focus.
Look,
My friend here.
mm-hmm.
Yes.
No,
Look what?
He looks.
We're doing business now, right, Conrad? You're a businessman.
I just want to ask you a few questions nicely. The dock workers were supposed to be a leverage, right? But you had to do this the hard way.
No, we haven't even gotten to the hard way yet, Conrad. This is the easy way right now. So let's keep it easy, shall we?
And he looks at you. Roll me charm -30, Johannes.
Okay.
Okay. He
Wow.
Yeah, he takes a long glance at you. He just nods. You think that he's probably more afraid than he shows.
Yeah.
So?
Let's get down to business. What do you and your family have against the Green Thistle clan? And don't lie to me.
What family? My family. We don't have anything against the halflings. What are you suggesting?
Well, then why were you there at the bandit camp?
I was just passing by.
Sure. We all were just passing by.
Well, yes.
People were locked in a cage.
Well, not people, halflings.
I see.
Wrong answer, but
Can I lift his arm and put
oh,
the
wrong
blade
answer,
to his
bud.
armpit?
All right, now.
Say, Conrad, yeah.
Sorry,
Go ahead.
Gustav. Now you roll me -30% charm.
Okay. I'm actually just trying to shape him.
I know.
To realize psychologically what that probably does.
How much charm do you have?
44.
So when and Johannes, you see that Gustav puts threateningly the razor blade right next to his armpit. Konrad looks at him, looks at his face. He then looks at you, Johannes, and he's like, "You almost got me there, boys." What? Nice one. Yeah. Come on. He looks at you, Gustav. Take that razor away. We both know that you won't do it. Right? Yeah.
I'm
I was like,
shaving.
wow.
If he's not squirming, I'm
No, he's not.
taking those pit fingers.
He's what? You're what?
I'm shaving his armpits and his chest.
It's obviously not pleasant for him, but he has this old smirk on his face, and he looks at
All
you.
right. Well,
Johannes.
okay. I say, okay. If you don't want to play ball, we'll just take you. We'll take you over to Bert's. No problem. Let's go.
Oh, so they're hiding at the birds. Well, thank you for the information. Now,
Oh, you're welcome. Because
now, tell me, wise guy, what do you think will happen when you take me out of this warehouse and march me through the entire dockside area to the birds? Do you think I won't scream? Do you think I won't call for help? Do you think that I won't try and escape? We both know that you don't have what it takes to harm me really bad.
I jam the rag back in his mouth.
But
And then I
he's
say-
furious, but
Yeah.
but he's still looking at you in a very defiant, mocking way. It's like, it's like he's daring you to do something.
Yeah, no, it's like, honestly, Gustav, I've tried to be a good, loyal citizen of the Empire. I've tried to adhere to all of Sigmar's tenets, and this piece of dung here doesn't take me seriously. I start brushing off my clothes and picking up my stuff. I say, if he doesn't want to talk to us, then let's find some heavy stuff, some metal, and let's just dunk him in the river and forget about him.
You hear strange sounds from behind the rack, and only after a few seconds you realize that he is laughing.
Okay.
He's obviously not taking you seriously at all. He even,
right.
rolls his eyes like, oh, you're so badass. Ooh, I'm so scared.
Yeah.
He's like,
Well, you got this guy's dead. Okay, so I seriously, I'm looking for heavy things to tie.
There are no heavy things here. There are only empty crates and barrels. If by heavy things you mean like a piece of metal or some kind of a stone, you would probably need to search outside. But remember, outside, this is a dock area. There is a lot of activity here. There are a lot of people here. When you went out to grab some water into the bucket, into the barrel, you've noticed, there are dozens of people around, including, you've seen them in the distance, Bögenhafen Town Watch patrolling this place.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Then I change tack. I pick up the lantern and I blow it out. Is there enough ambient light now to see? Is it or is it still dark?
Well, I mean, let's say that through the cracks in the door and maybe, through the upper windows of the warehouse, even though they are very dirty, practically, covered in grime, sure, there is enough to see, but it's not ideal, let's just say.
Okay. All right. I pour the oil from the lamp on him. I douse him in it.
Okay. Now I am going to roll once again, this time for his willpower. Initially, you've heard a few squeals from him, but to your perhaps unpleasant surprise, Johannes, they very quickly stopped, and now he looks more irritated and angry that you've doused him in oil than that he's actually afraid. You, like, without rolls, what I'm going to tell to you, both of you guys, Gustav and Johannes, he thinks that that you don't have the balls to do any harm to him. Yeah, you knocked him out, you've tied him up, you put a rack, but you're not the type of people who be able to torture him, kill him, do him any lasting harm. That's why I wanted for you to roll the charm, minus 30, and while you've passed Johannes, Gustav didn't, and that's when, the gig was up. And both of you know this. Both of you know that unless you actually do something to him, something painful and very bad, he'll never think that you'll be able to harm him.
I thought I had a tinder box or something, but I do not appear to have it in my inventory. Do you have anything to light a fire, good man?
Don't you have matches or something like that?
Well, I didn't write it down. I thought we bought that stuff for before going on our trip, but I don't see it written down, so I don't know. I also just found out that I too am ambidextrous.
That's useful. Okay. So so if you don't have tinderbox, then no, you can use outdoor survival to start a fire.
I don't have outdoor survival.
Outdoor survival is basic, by the way, I think. But it's basic. But if you don't have it, then you roll on the half. And it's
Can I have a minute with him?
With who?
With our friend.
By the way, it smells strongly of oil here right now, so.
I'm gonna go outside and see if I can bum a smoke.
Okay. Hey, do you have a free pipe, my man? All right. So you go outside and you look for something to. I don't know, something burning.
I look. Yeah, some source of open flame.
Okay, I'll go back to you in a second, Gustav. You're left alone with Conrad, who is just panting heavily through the rag. What are you doing?
I'm gonna walk around back of him
Hmm.
and cut his pants off from the back.
So I presume because
You
right
probably
now.
wonder why. Yeah, I'm gonna explain it to him too.
Mhm.
I'm getting horny up.
No, because right now he's sitting on the floor with his knees up to his chest. So if you want to do that, you need to go up behind him and make him assume the position, if you know what I mean.
I'll hold off on that. I'll just talk with him.
All right, that's getting rapey in here.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're just talking to him. What are you telling him?
You probably think this is all very strange, and I'm gonna walk you through my decision here.
He just shrugs.
I'm not gonna kill you. You
He-
know that.
He rolls his eyes and he just nods.
Problem is, and this is not a problem, my friend. This is me as a devout man. By invoking Renaud's name and threatening violence, you brought death upon yourself. Luckily, I'm a Shalayan. We believe in mercy, and I believe you deserve mercy.
Uh-huh.
So, for the next month, as penance, you're going to report to the Shalayan hospice.
Uh-huh.
As a eunuch or not, that's on you. But you can't have any hair on your body.
Uh-huh. Oh, fuck
Pull the
you.
rag out of his mouth.
I don't know if you've heard what I said. I tried to say like I have a rag, but
He said,
Yeah.
yeah, fuck you.
fuck you. It sounds more refined in the German.
Yeah. You can lick my balls while you're shaving them, by the way.
Ooh, spicy.
You can't go into the hospice talking like that.
He's
I'm
not saying anything, he's not even looking at you. He looks kinda bored. He's just looking like to your left.
Now I'm opening the surgery kit.
Mm-hmm. He glances towards you, of course. If you have torture, you can just use torture, of course. I actually want to suggest that, but...
I don't have torture, but
Okay.
I'm definitely going for that right now.
Actually, torture, I think, is advanced skill, funnily enough. So,
Yeah, that's-
so if you don't have it, you can't really use it.
You have.
You have it?
All right. No, I don't. I don't have
Yeah.
it.
All right.
But you're making a strong case for getting it next time you do a spend.
Yeah, it's advanced. It's on fellowship. So if you don't have it, then sadly you
Yeah.
can use it. Okay, you open your surgery kit. What are you going to do?
I'm waiting for Johannes to come back because I'm gonna need help.
Johannes, roll me minus 20% perception test.
Okay. There it is.
All right. What you're seeing is that you don't see any source of open flame. However, what you do see is a small patrol of Bögenhafen City Watch coming in your direction. They're about like probably 100 meters away right now. They are being, followed by a bunch of stevedores, the same stevedores that were escorting you here. And actually, wait, now I need to quickly roll perception myself. Fortunately, there are like so many people on the docks that you don't think that the stevedores noticed you yet. But given how fast the watchmen are coming, and they are like walking very fast, it's obvious that that they are in a hurry. What are you going to do? You know that you have very little time.
I rush back to the warehouse and say, "Time to go."
When you've opened,
and we go out back door.
When you've opened the door, you see in the gloom Gustav opening his surgery kit. Connor just looks at you, and and Gustav, you've heard what he said. Time to go. What are you doing?
I'm gonna close the surgery kit and get out my Shalai investment
Mm-hmm.
and throw it over Conrad, so you can't see that his hands are tied.
All right. Sure. And where are you going right now? Because you remember, you're not sure if this place has a back door.
We need to find one or a window or something. We can't go.
The windows, all of the
can we go to the
windows are very high.
Shit. All right, Johannes, what do you think?
Well, I'm still in the doorway, right?
Yes, you are.
Okay, I start heading. I start heading away from the oncoming guys, and just start walking away from the warehouse.
But you
Trying to
are
get
starting
lost
to
in the
walk
crowd.
towards the watch?
No, away from the watch. The
Away
opposite
from
direction
it,
of the
okay.
watches.
As I said, this is a four-man patrol, obviously led by a sergeant. When you go outside, you start to walk away from them. Gustav, what about you?
I'm pushing the guy with us.
Oh my God.
Okay, you walk outside. So first, I'm going to make 2 rolls. One for you, Johannes.
I mean, my blade is still out. Like,
Okay.
Yeah. All right.
No.
nothing funny.
You're walking away. And by the way, Johannes, I think it's fair to say that you don't really see what Gustav is doing, given how fast you are walking away. Gustav, you take Conrad, who is obviously struggling. Like, you've knocked him out pretty hard, and remember, he's covered in oil. He's very slippery. Nice. And you know, he has this. He has lots of baby oil on him. He has your.
You got
I just came out of Diddy's house.
Yeah.
Yeah, Diddy party.
All right.
Yeah.
You raise a good point. Can I change what I'm doing?
Of course. Yeah. What are you doing in that case?
I want to put the gag back in his mouth
Okay. No problem.
and slice off an ear real quick and then leave.
Okay.
Holy shit.
Yeah, sure. So you're not putting your vestments on him, right?
No.
Okay, but
He's staying right there until somebody finds him.
but in that case, roll me not even weapon skill, given the situation. I want you to roll me an agility test basic. If you botch, you slash this man's throat open.
Cool.
If you failed, nothing happens. If you fail, then you just cut his ear
I
off.
just passed by one.
Okay, I mean, even if you would fail, then you would cut off his ear. It would just be messy. Given that you've passed by one without problems, then you cut the ear clean off. The man howls, even through the rack. He's like just, howling in agony. He falls to the ground. Blood is spurting everywhere, including on you, by the way. I mean, cutting off an ear, it's not pretty. Unless you want to make me another agility roll to avoid
Pretty.
being.
I was gonna say I heard they grow back.
Yeah. So roll me one more time.
Never said he was a good doctor.
Agility to see if you're not being splattered.
I'm gonna tell him if I ever see him again, I'm taking more than his ear too.
All right. Nice.
Oh my God.
You managed to avoid being hit by the spurt of blood. You quickly sheath your blade and you emerge from the warehouse. And now I'm going to roll the perception test for you, Gustav. But again, no. Fortunately, you've took a glance towards through the crowd to maybe spot the guards that Johannes was talking about or suggesting that they are actually closing in. You didn't notice them, but that's probably that they also didn't notice you. And both you and Johannes, you move away from the warehouse as quickly as possible, and you probably meet another 100 meters to the west, I would say. What is your plan right now?
How close are we to Bert's?
You are close enough, about maybe less than half an hour walk, 20 minutes, something like that.
Okay, I say we need to go to Bert's and warn the boys.
Okay.
Since I was not able to to carry out my plan.
Mm. Gustav, what are you saying to that?
I'm with you. You lead the way. I'm clearly kind of 1,000-mile stare right now.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And so both of you are off to Bert's.
Just for the record, yeah, just for the record, I was going to set that fucker on fire.
Really? You wanted to?
No, I absolutely was going to set him on fire.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Okay.
Because it was like, okay, you don't believe us. You don't want to do business. You're acting all tough again.
But tell me if you are saying this to Gustav. Or because were you saying this to me as a GM, or were you saying to Gustav casually, "Oh, by the way, I want to light this man on fire," which is, by the way, one of the worst deaths that you can have, by the way.
Yeah, no, I don't wish it on anybody.
Yeah.
No, I was telling you as a GM, but
okay,
I mean,
sure.
I will when we have a moment of repose, I will say what I said to you to Gustav. That I'm not many things, but I was like I'm not a bullshitter. Well, I mean, I am a bullshitter, but
he mocked both of my gods.
Certain things, I'm not a bullshitter.
What were you saying, Gustav?
So.
I said he mocked both of my gods, and I was between a rock and a hard place.
I was gonna say I must have been I must have been too worried about my own skin to realize that he had mocked it. I didn't catch that at all.
Yeah, I offered him Shalai and mercy, but he wanted Ronald and mercy instead.
What?
No, you're good. Keep going.
Yeah. So, Lambert, meanwhile, you've finished eating everything. You've finished drinking everything. You've been toasted many times by the patrons of the Cadburys. Your friends are not yet back. And that's probably, I would say that it took you at least an hour, to enjoy all the free meals, the drinks, stuff like that. Yeah, eating in relative comfort, in calm and well, maybe not quiet, but without anyone harassing you or threatening you. Yeah, you didn't saw them return to Cadbury's. What are you going to do right now?
I'm just gonna settle in closer to the fire with a pitcher and just wait.
Okay, sure.
If they don't turn up overnight, I guess I'm just going to be extremely tired the next day.
Okay. So you just wait. In that case, very quickly, Gustav Johannes, you eventually approach the birds. It still looks as depressingly shitty as it did previously. Dirty. Decrepit, just a nasty place. This time you don't see a beggar vomiting outside, or rather into the river, but even so, you would probably dread visiting this place at night. Now I need to quickly make a single roll.
We need to get our friends out of here ASAP.
When you approach,
we have to give them information.
Yeah, sorry. When you approach the place, you don't see anyone, on the front porch. Yeah, Gustav is saying that we need to get our friends from here as soon as possible. Johannes, what were you saying back?
I was just saying that we just need to give them the information that we've gotten so far, and suggest that they move someplace else.
Okay.
Can I
Because
cut
the watch
in
is
real
probably on our way.
Sorry, Lambert, what was that?
I just want to cut in real quick.
Yeah.
How much longer we got?
I think we are just finishing right now because
Okay.
what I want to say is that you guys are talking about this. You open the door, you enter inside, and you see that there's, except for a few drunkards laying on the floor or on the benches under the wall, there's no one else. There's not a bartender, and there are definitely no halflings. And that's where we end for today, and probably, as you know, for quite some time now right now. Well, for some time
Yeah.
at least.
Congrats.
Thank you.
It's gonna be a couple of really no sleep days.
I know.
Yeah.
Well, it happens. That's life.
Yeah.
Right. So for our final game, at least for some time, everyone gets for the base game 100 points. For your characters, everyone gets 10, of course. For your places of birth, Gustav, you were Marienburgi?
He said something about, do you know how to tie knots? And I said, I'm from Marienburg.
Yeah, well, I can give you 5 points for that. Johannes, Reikland. Actually, I will give you 10. You know what? Because you've shown a lot of initiative and leadership when it comes to questioning him, talking to the dock workers, even the thing with the oil. You're like, I'm in charge. I think that's the right
That
thing
was
to
Johannes
do.
with the oil.
Yeah, I know. I'm talking about
I know.
Johannes right now. I'm in charge. I think that's the right thing to do, even if it's horrible. This is like you were the dominant one here, as strange as this sounds. Like a true leader, like a true Raklander. So 10 points for you. Lambert, the mood.
After returning to Cadbury's, I feasted and wined myself and friends, trying to create a cheerful atmosphere.
Of course.
Over the bullshit I dealt with today.
In that case, 10 points, of course. Your religion, Gustav, 10 points. You were pretty extreme. Johannes, I will give you 10 points. That was pretty, because you've invoked Sigmar and you wanted to do something. Yeah, very extreme, like lighting a pyre, I think, almost. Nice.
Yeah.
Just so you know, if you would do that, that would be a pretty interesting characteristic, Sean, but I would require you to roll willpower for that. And if you would fail, you would be given insanity point, certainly. Lighting a man of fire, especially for your character, would be hardcore. I mean, I get why your character would do that. Makes sense, paradoxically, but still, this is a horrible thing to do. You know that.
I know. I know it's not. I know it's probably like the most horrible thing I could think of.
Yeah.
But that's why I was just like, this dude. Basically, what the statement I was trying to make was like, okay, I'm trying to deal with you
nicely.
I'm trying to deal with you nicely. I'm trying to let you prove that you have some worth to me.
Yeah.
If you prove you have no worth to me, then you're just garbage. And I'll set you on fire.
Okay. In that case, like I said, for Sigmar 10 points. Lambert, you...
I never invoked Reynold, but when I flicked that extra crown onto the stack,
I saw that.
Crossed fingers.
Yeah. And generally you were unouty enough, so I'll give you 10 points. Star sign, Gustav?
The dancer. I'm definitely at the scornful one today.
10 points, sure. 10 points. Johannes?
What am I, the Piper?
I think so.
I always forget. I was trying to make a deal with this guy, and he wouldn't take it.
The Piper is the deal, man. Wait, let me see.
I believe so.
Yeah, that's true. And with the dock workers, of course, 10 points, sure. Lambert?
Yeah.
I cased, broke in, snuck around before coming up with a very off-the-cuff plan to get what I wanted out of that stevedore's house.
Okay, so I presume that's according to your star sign.
Wyman the Anchorite is about caution.
Oh, sure. Then in that case, it's about caution. Do you think that threatening the man with a pistol, Stevedore's guild leader, actually, why would Dunk write tolerant, patient, methodical? Well, you are methodical, that's true.
I think it fit the narrative very well. Like, it was the narrative
Yeah.
selling, even if he wasn't gonna shoot him.
Yeah, that's true. Sure, Michael, 10 points. So, maximum possible, of course. Finally,
I also never gave out my name or the names of my compatriots.
That's true. Finally, we have Dooming. Gustav, you did this bird sound, right?
It's from the darkness cometh the raven.
Okay, that's a very cool way of using Dooming. Everyone else take notes. 10 points. Johannes, you're Dooming.
Well, my dooming is beware the man that is not a man, and so the guys were like surprised that I was relaxed and didn't give a shit, and I was like, I don't fear any man.
Okay, that's also creative.
Trying to, yeah.
Yeah, sure. That's a creative way to roleplay your Dooming. 10 points. Lambert.
I didn't really. It was thy tongue shall be thy undoing. I guess maybe
10 points. 10 points.
Guess.
Yeah, 10 points with the Stevedore guild master. Yeah.
He doesn't know that I'm going to follow through.
I mean, you were very close to being rushed by this guy, by the way. So yeah, 10 points. 5 points for your halfling. I don't think there was anything that helped push the scenario forward. No, actually, sorry. Lambert takes 5 points for getting the document.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. But that's it, because you failed to broke Conrad, Johannes, and Gustav, even though you've did horrible things to him. And so this was Gustav's first notes. Right. I will contact you guys in the hopefully near future. We can discuss, our next game day. Maybe even Andy will return. We shall see. So for now, thank you. I think that was a very cool final, at least first time final session. And take care.
Yeah, you too. Cool. Good luck with everything.
Thanks.
Yeah, good game.
Good game as always. Bye bye, guys.
Later, boys.
Bye.